Once we have our pieces ready, the first step is to take our background squares and draw from corner to corner using our mechanical pencil as well as ruler to help us keep it straight. So we need a line on the wrong side of the background squares. Then we are going to take our background square and just line it up right sides together with each of our colored square. We're going to take these to the sewing machine and we are going to stitch on both sides of the drawn line. Now that we have all of those seams sewn, we're going to cut right directly diagonal on that drawn line and just repeat it with all of the pieces that we have. Depending on where you're at in the pattern, you may or may not be sewing this many, but this is what I'm working on right now. So we have quite a few to work with. Now what we're going to do is open them up and give them a good press. We want to press everything to the dark side. This will help later on at the next step for the seams to line up and everything to really lay nicely. After we have all of these pressed nicely, what we're going to do is square these up. Look at the pattern to check the size for these squares. Just need to make sure that they are the right size before moving forward. It makes the next step a lot easier. Just repeat the process with each of the half square triangles. Now that you have your blocks all trimmed and ready to go, we are going to start laying out our blocks. So you just want to take a look at the image or the pattern for the layout instructions. You're just going to watch the placement of the half square triangles to make sure that they are all in the right place. So these need to be opposite each other as well as the backgrounds need to be opposite each other. So what we can do is, because I'm sewing more than one block, I can go ahead and lay this other blocks right on directly on top of this and just make a little pile. So when I am sewing them together, I can chain piece them and they will come together really quickly. So I'm going to take them to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew these two together and these two together, and I'm just going to continue through my pile. Because of chain piecing, I have them kind of just cut off into their own little sections. What you're going to do is you're just going to open it up, double check that your colors are opposite each other, and then you're going to fold this right on top of the other one. Mine are still connected and that's fine. It's great for keeping them together, but I did snip them in between each block. So I can go ahead and nest my seam in the center. I can pin it, but I'm going to take this to the machine and stitch right across the top and repeat that for as many blocks as I'm making. So now that I have the blocks sewn, you're just going to open these up and give them a good press. And right after that, you can check the sizing, make sure that they're correct size, trim up the block if needs be, but they should be really close to what the size of the pattern is suggesting.